Hey guys, Rob Hogue here, Bass Stalker Fishing. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as the last freaking 4 videos, but I filmed like 5 videos today because I haven't been filming a lot because I've been fishing and getting used to all this tournament stuff. But I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'm starting to figure it all out. Hopefully everything slows down a little bit and I can get back to making a lot of videos, but I'm not just wearing the same clothes like every day. But today, I already did the top 5 pre-spawn smallmouth baits. I'm going to do the top 5 pre-spawn largemouth. Not much difference. There is a couple differences. We'll get into it. Let's go. So number 1, again, jerkbait. The last 2 years I've been throwing the jerkbait more and more in the pre-spawn, and I love it. I mean, it's such a good bait. They're so versatile. And you don't have to spend 15-20 bucks on expensive jerkbaits. I was pre-fishing with a guy who had more expensive jerkbaits in his boat, and the Strike King KVD jerkbaits were outperforming them. Like I said in the last video, 7-foot, medium fast, Abu Garcia Veritas 2.0. 12-pound test, P-line, 100% fluorocarbon, best line I've ever fished. And like this one has the KVD jerk, or deep, and then the KVD shallows. The deep, I fish colder water. I'm going to be fishing deep because the fish are going to be deeper. As the water warms up closer to 60 degrees, I'm going to throw the shallow a little bit more because the fish will be holding shallow more. But it's hard to beat a jerkbait in the spring. If they're hitting it, it's a funner way to fish. You can cover a lot of water with it, and they get it. It's got 3 hooks on there. I changed out the hooks to VMC, 1 by Strong treble hooks, and you can't beat it. And with that the 100% fluorocarbon, it's just a great combination. But definitely check them out. Number 2, let's see, what do I want to pick? If I had to pick, it would be the finesse swim bait, as a lot more people, because there's a lot of people who fish the pre-spawn. A lot of tournaments start. A lot of pressure gets on the lakes. That small swim bait, those Kitechs, man, it's hard to beat those Kitechs. There's a guy in my club who, I mean, I don't think there'll be a tournament this year where he won't have a Kitech swim bait on. I like to fish it on the Moon Eye jig head. I'm obviously out of those jig heads. They're on back order right now, but that's the jig head I like to fish them on. Number 3, square bill crankbait. I love me some square bill crankbaits. 1.5s, 2.5s. I know with the smallmouth I prefer the flat-sided. With the largemouth I don't. I've caught so many fish in the pre-spawn on a square bill crankbait, even just slow rolling it. So I don't think the wobble's that wide because it's a shorter, more compact crankbait. But I've caught so many fish that I can't go away from it for the largemouth. Oh, on this, and for this I throw my square bills on a 7.6 medium heavy winch series Veritas 2.0 rod. 12-pound test, P-line, 100% fluorocarbon, with a 6.4-to-1 Revo SX. I like the 6.4-to-1 on square bills because they don't create as much drag where you need that winch type style reel to let you fish it all day. I can fish this square bill all day on this 6.4-to-1 with no issues, and it allows me to burn that bait as the temperatures warm up later, closer to the spawn and even post spawn. There's times where I'm going to burn this bait and just get a reaction strike out. I'm just bouncing it off cover and stuff like that. But number 3 for me is definitely a square bill, and it might be higher on the list. Number 4, this is more of an early pre-spawn bait for me, and it's a football head jig. I'm not real worried about with the size. This is just the one I have tied on to show you. There's times I'm going to throw a 3/4 ounce football head jig, depending on what stage I'm in. If I'm fishing it deeper, I'm going to fish the heavier football head jig. If I'm a little shallower, I'll throw the 3/8 or the 1/4 ounce. But trailer wise, I'm not real worried about the size. As the water's cold, I'll probably throw a chunk, and as it warms up into the 50s, I'll probably throw like a super speed craw or a rage craw on there, or a full-size pack of craw. But awesome baits. And I know a lot of people who haven't fished them a lot, and they might cast them 5 or 6 times and not get bit. But if you know where there's some hard bottom areas, and those fish are still relating to the bottom, maybe you see them on your graph and they're relating to the bottom, it's hard to beat a football head jig when they're relating to the bottom. They're relating to hard bottom. But my normal rod for a football head jig, I like to throw a 7.3 medium heavy Veritas 2.0, and I like to throw a 7 1-to-1 Revo SX with 15 to 17 pound P-line 100% fluorocarbon. The heavier one I would prefer to have the 17. The lighter ones I'd prefer to have the 15. But great baits, very good baits. And number 5, and I don't even think it's number 5. It's one of my favorite baits, and it's a chatterbait. Not necessarily this color. This is just the color I have on, but it's hard to beat a chat. I love throwing a chatterbait. It's one of probably my top 5 ways to fish all year round. But I don't throw the real expensive chatterbaits. I don't throw the originals either. I throw the original Elite. The original Elite have the better line tie, and they also have a better keeper and a little bit bigger hook. I throw them with, normally 90% of the time I'm throwing it with a Kitech 4.3. I will go down to a 3.8. Probably my most widely used size is a 1/2 ounce, but I do have 3/8 ounce, and I do have 1 ounce. They have that. They make that new 1 ounce chatterbait now, so you can fish that bait down to probably 20 feet of water, which a lot of times those bass haven't seen a chatterbait very often. So if your lakes you're fishing, edge of grass lines where they're 15, 20 feet of water, definitely check out the 1 ounce, and that's a new look for those fish. So. But I don't even think it's number 5. I love the chatterbait. It's such a fun bite when they smack it, and it allows me to fish swim bait trailers or a swim bait, because you could throw them without a skirt. It allows you to throw those baits in lakes that you normally wouldn't just throw a bare swim bait. And I throw this on, I told you before, for open water, I throw it on a 7.6 medium heavy, medium fast action Frog Series rod, Veritas 2.0. It's a Frog Series rod on a 6 4-to-1 Revo SX, 15 pound P-line 100% fluorocarbon. When I'm beating the bank, maybe fishing to targets, I have a 6.6 medium heavy, medium fast action with a 6 4-to-1 gear ratio Revo SX, and still 15 pound test P-line 100% fluorocarbon. But those are my top 5. Jerkbait, finesse swim bait, square bill crankbait, football head jig, and the chatterbait. My top 5 pre-spawn largemouth baits. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Tell your uncles, tell your aunts, tell your friends, and we'll try to get to 500. At 500, I'm doing a rod giveaway, so definitely check out that video to make sure you get qualified for that. But we'll see you again soon, guys. Thanks again.